Rightio. Facts time. Right, facts time. Facts time, tips time. Right, I sort a few out today. Got some cool ones today. Oh, this is interesting. Top 10. This is a top 10. Oh. Oh. No. It's a bit boring. Facts and tips. Well, no one here yet. I'm just setting things up for the minute. I'll get through it. I'll get through to this. Facts and tips. The facts and tips all over here. Okay, we've got some cool ones here actually. Alright, let's get some cool ones out to have a look at. So to keep dishing it out, so just go through them all and everything. Alright, that's pretty cool. Right, it's a bit more daylight here. Yeah. Better lighting. That's what I'm saying, better lighting. Better lighting. Yes, I'm live. Takes a while for people to pop on. Anyway. Let's get this right. Let's get some... So when you pop on, there'll be you've missed a few. You can go back and watch it, basically, yeah. Iron. Full-footed milk turns coffee green. Oh, messages come through. So iron full-footed milk turns coffee green. Polar bears are particularly insulated against the cold, so they spend most of the time during time to cool down. Some of these facts are pointless, so there's no point reading all the pointless facts. Most wild birds live only 10% of their potential lifespan. That's interesting, though. That's an interesting one. Red blood cells live 4 months at a time. They make 75,000 trips to the lungs and back. I bet you didn't know that one. Mozart was 5 years old when he wrote his melody to Twinkle Little Star. I bet you didn't know that one. The song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So you know Mozart was 5 years old. Just 5 years old. That's pretty awesome, though. No one knows what Christopher Columbus looks like, but his portrait was never painted. Oh, that's pretty cool. On any given day, half the people in the world will eat rice. The 17-year-old locust lives for 16 years and 9 months underground. A rugby ball is also called, so it's an interesting answer, Apollo Cephaloid. Yeah, it's because of the shape. I think it's because of the shape. A newborn brain will triple in weight during the first year of its life. Hello there. A toilet seat appeared on an aeroplane in 1913. Hi, Sam. I've got to read your names. Sorry, John. I just want to... I shouldn't read your names if I do that, but I can see your names better. And you're random. The world's most deadliest earthquake struck central China in 1557. It's estimated at 8,300 people were killed. The dirtiest place on earth is Arica in Chile. It gets just 0.76 millimeters of rain per year. At this rate, it would take a century to fill up a coffee cup. Oh my gosh, they don't get much rain, do they? The America's famous Liberty Bell was made in England. That's funny, cool actually. Something made the Liberty Bell made in England. I didn't know. I didn't know that either. So about the reflection, it's got the light here. got a new light. Toothpaste is 30 to 40% water. A mouse has more bones than a human body. Very interesting. It's got more bones. And yet they can squeeze in tight spaces. Yeah. Alright, Manuel, how is it going? Yo, Oscar! Reading your comments at the same time. If you've got any fun facts, pop them in the if you've got any fun facts yourself or tips, just stick them in there and I'll read them out. For every mile into Earth you go, the temperature will rise by 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot. That's very hot. Has somebody got any interesting things here? Oh yeah. A giraffe can clean its ears with its 12-inch tongue. It's a trick. Create shortcuts to your favourite radio stations on iTunes by dragging them into the playlist for the source list. Tip is a really cool tip actually. Buy wine and beer by the case. It works out cheaper, especially if you have half the cost if you're only half the cost with someone. Yeah, I do watch football. My favourite football team's West Ham United. They ain't doing great at the moment, to be honest. Sometimes I do videos. I go to West Ham, and when I do get to go, I'll be doing a video. I'm going to one next month. Is it January? I think January, February month. I think it's January. I think it's January. January, yeah. I'm going to a game, and I'm going to give you a highlights video. Yeah, cool. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police have been mounted since 1966. It takes 0.2 seconds for the International Space Station to travel 1 mile. Yeah, the facts I read last time were mind blown. And you see my tree in the background. It's just on the edge. You see it. I thought I'd put that as a bit of a Christmassy backdrop. We could get the rest of the Christmas lights on, can't we? Well, let's put the rest of the Christmas lights on and make it more Christmassy. Since we're on the live. Yeah. They're not very healthy lights. I'm live on up. A bit orange. They're not that epic. It's just the little tiny ones. Where are we? The maximum height for an astronaut in the US space program is 76 inches or just under 6 feet 4. Did you know this one? Jellyfish eat other jellyfish. The pineapple is neither a pine nor an apple. It's a berry. That'd be a cool thing to say when you go to the supermarket or groceries you do in America. But it'd be a cool thing to say though. The Gorlof beetle weighs about the same as a hamster. That's heavy. And an Oscar official's title is the Academy Award of Merit. Italian deck of cards features no queens. Interesting. The spots on the dice and dominoes are called pips, as P-I-P-S. I didn't know. That's pretty cool though. So you play party games at Christmas, you can say that. Those dots are called... Oh, cat just arrived. Okay. There's a cat just here. Just here. Every 7 years, the human body grows equivalent of an entirely new skeleton. Wow. Fish with forked tails swim faster than fish with straight tails. Oh, hi there. Music videos were originally known as telerecords. Every 45 seconds, a home catches on fire in America. That's a bit scary to know that, right? Especially if you live in America. Today, more people live in the US than any other than start again. Today, more people live in the US than lived in the entire world in AD in 1000 AD days. Yeah. Yes. Hi there. See ya. That's a random name for YouTube. In Antarctica, sunsets can be green. Right, green sunset. It makes sense because they have the Northern Lights. There's like a special effect they always have the Northern Lights. The sunset's green. In Antarctica, how random is that? The sunset is green. How weird is that? The Romans prized a lettuce so high that any slave caught eating the vegetable were given 30 lashes. The main reason NASA sent small animals into space is to see if they grew up. Wow. Polo uses the largest playing field as 300 yards by 200 yards. Rain amplifies the sound of hurtling dogs' ears. No, I don't. There's some comments we don't like. Oh, sorry. Be nice on this chat, please. The droplets in a sneeze can remain in the air as long as 3 hours. So when someone sneezes, their droplets stay in the air for 3 hours. Can you imagine if someone's got it there? Otters can get herpes. Australian soldiers were offered to see the Wizard of Oz as marching the song during World War II. Only the pharaohs were allowed to eat mushrooms in ancient Egyptian times. Centipedes are carnivores. Millipedes are vegetarians. There's enough salt in the oceans to cover the world 14 inches deep. If a frog keeps its mouth open too long, it will suffocate. There's a tip for you. If you glue two flat surfaces together, rough them up with sandpaper first. It gives the glue more surface around the area to bond. It's a little DIY tip. The Californian gold rush yielded 125 million ounces of gold, worth more than 209 billion today. Speeding up ironing by placing a piece of aluminium foil underneath the board and covered reflected the heat of the iron, so it'd be speed up really quick. Remove all oil spills by spraying them with WD-40, weighting up the blotting with a rag as well. A fact. The fear of empty glass is called Cynosoxophilia capophobia. That was a mouthful. That was. No, I'm not saying that. Be sensible, or you'll be disappearing. Okay. The speed of a roller coaster increases an average of 10 miles per hour when it's raining. That's pretty cool, that. I've done that one the other day. It's got it again. It must be a cool fact, though. That's why I'm saying it again. If a plant is native to the Antarctic Circle, it doesn't have thorns. Horses can only breathe through their nostrils. If birds could sweat, they would be able to fly. Interesting. They wouldn't be able to... Oh, they do sweat. Other birds do sweat. They wouldn't be able to fly. Interesting. That is interesting, actually. This is a really cool one, especially if you're in America. 25% of Americans think Sherlock Holmes was a real person. Well, he's not really. He's fictional. In the 1880s, water skiing was known as planking gliding. The longest name in the Bible. There is a long name. I have to show it to you because I cannot pronounce. And trust me, it's long. There we go. Ready? See the long name? See the very long name? That is a mouthful, right? Very long name. Amazing fact. Yeah, sweet unicorn. How are you? How is it going? Some of these facts are pointless. I'm not reading them out. Helium is 7 times lighter than air. There's no sound on the moon. Literally no sound. It is impossible for whales to catch lice. It took 69 years for the Soviet Union to rise and fall. Random number. Ancient Rome had rent a chariot for business. Bees are born fully grown. Saunas outnumber cars in Finland. A golf club remains in contact with the ball for about 0.005 of a second. The earth is turning to the desert at the rate of 40% square miles per day. Americans consume 60,000 tons of aspirin every year. Identical twins always have the same blood type. Author Stephen King was 19 years old when his first story was published. Earth receives 1/billionths of the sun's power. Wow. Mineralogy is a study of ants. There are more than 5,000 islands in the British Isles. 7 tons of gold are used every year in America to make wedding rings. In China, 20th of September is Love Your Teeth Day. That's so random. Peanuts are one of the ingredients for dynamite. That's so random. Nutty explosion. Any cool tips? Yes, there are cool tips and they're really good as well. And they're very helpful because this is a household one. Stop a smelly rubbish bag from stinking by sprinkling three handfuls of baking soda in the bag before closing. That makes sense because it soaks it up. Tip. Avoid 24-hour cancellation fee in your hotels by changing your reservation to another week. Then call up and cancel well within the time. Tip. When replying to car adverts, ask if the car is still available. If the answer is which car, you know what you're talking. Then you know you're talking to a dealer. That makes sense, really, doesn't it? It really makes sense. Okay. What's the time? Are we doing good for time? Okay. Titanic tip now. 1,503 passengers were lost on RMS Titanic when it sunk. Wow. Einstein published his theory of relativity in 1905. 33 moons orbit Saturn. Actually, the numbers changed since then. It's more than that. It's over 60. So it's a lot now. It's a lot. This is 2008. That's a lot since then. That's a lot. That is a lot. There are 11 time zones in Russia. 11. That's random. A falling person reaches 125 miles per hour after dropping from 32 stories. Quite fast. Fantasy sport players spend 3.8 million hours a week managing their team. Chuck Norris has been the World Karate Championships 6 times. In Vietnam, 76% of wounded soldiers survived. 36 million people live in the Greater Tokyo area. Not reading all the facts out because some of them are pointless, as in today. This is from 2008. So 2008, yeah. But some are cool. Some are cool there. Pablo Picasso painted around 20,000 artworks in his lifetime. Your sense of smell is 10,000 times more sensitive than your sense of your taste buds. So your smell is stronger than your taste. This is a funny one. It's a politics one, but it's funny. George Bush has fallen off his bike 3 times in the past 3 years. That's a random one. On average, shark attacks happen in Australia in seas 15 times a year. 8% of France's electricity is generated by nuclear power. The species of slime mold beetle has been named after former US Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld. Random. That's so random. There are 400 square kilometers chambering molten magma located Tucumán beneath the crust of Mount Vesuvius. The required length of a banana is under EU rules is 14 centimeters. So if you get a banana and it's coming over here more than 14 centimeters, it's against the law. How random. So if you go out of Europe, how cool is that? It's interesting that. 10-pin bowling was first shown on television in 1947. The smallest written version of the New Testament is 1/5 inches thick. Right. Any good tips here? Yes. When drilling hard metal, add a drop of turpentine to the drill bit, and it's like here lubricant after going in. Safety. Trick: a hot water bottle on the top of a dashboard to get rid of frost on your car windscreen in 15 minutes. That helps. That does help actually. The deepest snow recorded at one of the spots in USA was 37 feet 6 inches. The size of the ozone layer over the Antarctica in 2006 was 11.4 million square miles. These facts have got to get interesting, don't they? Oh yeah, they are getting interesting. Zoos now, and already cool ones as well. The first zoo was set up in China in the 12th century BC. That's the first zoo. There were 673 horsemen in charge of the light brigade. Oh, I like this one because it's like London based. The term rush hour was coined in 1883. The fine for streaking on the pitch on Melbourne Cricket Ground is 6,000 Aussie dollars. Pigeons were brought in America in 1605. Tangaguali railway station in China is the highest in the world. It's at 16,627 feet. The State General Custer's last stand is now on the interchange in the US highways 87 and 212 in Mauritania. Oh, freaking hell. 91% of emails sent in India PCs are spam. How random. Some of these facts are pointless. Not reading some of the facts are pointless. I'm reading the cool ones. The maximum age of New York City cab in 3 years, after which they were retired. It's 3 years. Oh my gosh. After 3 years, the cab just decided to do no more cabs. I mean, to do a new cab. Interesting. There are only 7 cars for every 1,000 people in China. Some type of error is made in the cockpit on 60% of all flights. That's quite worrying, isn't it, really? There are 3,811 station roads in the UK as of 2004. That's the facts then. Hate to think now. Osaka and Tokyo have a women-only tube carriages. They were going to try that in the UK. I don't think it worked. Rush hour in Bayern. The Grand National was first run in 1837. Mexico City, smog levels exceeded health standards on 300 days every year. BMW was founded in 1917. In the US, between 2003 and 2005, 200,000 new streets were created. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class was the first car equipped with an airbag in 1980. Before that, it didn't have one. 4 billion people on this planet have never made a... It says here, this is quite an old... It's never made a phone call, but it's... Oh, it said 4 people on this planet have never made a phone call. It's funny because all the population, everyone's got a phone every day. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It kind of makes sense. 9 passengers using the Boeing 757 toilet every day, every hour in the flight. The first commercial Concorde flight was from London to Bahrain. You like this one? It's computer virus based. The first computer virus was named, you're going to like this, Ilk as E-L-K, Colonna as C-L-O-N-E-R. Right, let's see what their tips are. Are they really good or not really good? They are really good. Don't use a wet solvent, treat cloth to clean a plasma or LED screen. Just blow on the screen and wipe with a duster. I do that. Blow. Interesting. That makes sense. If you use chemicals, it will ruin your screen when you think about it. Yeah. The record of the longest continuous time in space is 438 days. Tip. Get a stiff lock running smoothly by puffing a little powdered pencil lead into it. Interesting. Interesting. So your keys are keep getting stuck. And you're worried about your keys keep getting stuck. Got pencil lead in it. How random. Here's another trick. Hammer nails into wood more smoothly by dripping paraffin first. You'll like this one because a lot of us do this. The average person speaks around 100 to 150 words per minute. I know women do more, according to Google, about 200 to 300. But that's the average person though. Average. The other quote, they're pointless. The UK produces around 700 different types of cheese. That was back in 2008. I don't know about now. It's going to be a lot more. You like this? It's illegal to enter the wreck of the Titanic without permission. Over 3,000 new laws have been passed in the UK in the last 10 years. That was 30 years ago. 30 to 23 years, something like that, yeah. The official ball of the Premiership is Nike logo. Nike Toko Go Aereo in... It's a long word. Hysophis. What a title. Top Gear, the TV show, started out as a car safety series in 1978. It's been 43 years since a transfer deal was done between Liverpool and Manchester United. Wow. General Cluster lost 210 troops by the Battle of Little Bighorn. What a random name. Let's get a new cool one. Badminton started life as a game called Battledore and Shuttlecock. So badminton wasn't called badminton when it first started. It was actually called Battledore or Shuttlecock. I suppose you've got to start somewhere. That's random. Does it matter what one you say? It's the same thing. Oh well. I'm trying to find some cool facts, not the boring ones. There were 3.16 goals per match in the season during the Carling Cup back in 2008. The fastest delivery in cricket history was bowled by Pakistan's Shoaib Akhtar, choked in at 100.4 miles per hour. Whoa. Tiger Woods' average drive last year was 316.6 yards. Bill Murray was bitten twice by groundhogs during the making of Groundhog Day. I bet you didn't know that one, because I didn't. Abraham Lincoln was 6 feet 4, making him the tallest USA president of all time. The first ever speedway took place in Australia in 1920. The capacity of new Wembley Stadium is 4 million cubic metres. Oh, that's the new stadium. Wow. Oh my gosh. Do you know when people pick their nose? Right? It's a medical condition for it. If people keep picking it and 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 picking it. Saying I want to blow my nose now. And picking it and picking it and picking it. There's a condition for that. I need to show you the word because it's so freaking random. Right, I need to show you. The word's so freaking long. Wait, where is it? Here it is. You read that. You see that? You see that word? See how long that is? Rhinotexo, Romania. That's such a long word. That's so cool though. Britney Spears is worth an estimated 65 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Any cool tips? Yes, there is the cool tip. Turn old Pringles cans, you know, after you've had all your crisps inside, your old Pringles cans into spools of duct tape. Into spools for duct tape. Trim off the roll and start topping up the... Oh, I see you put the The duct tape, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. It's got a gaming tip here, but it's for PlayStation 2. Won't come in handy now. But it's a cool tip though, because it's a FIFA one. Trick. Spray a bit of WD-40 into a box of nails to keep them fresh and dust free. It makes sense because if you keep your toolbox outside, it won't go rusty, will it? The Cricket World Cup weighs 11 kilos. Here's a London fact for you. I'm trying to get quite a lot of London ones in there, so what I'm doing them for. Because I do a lot of London videos. Here's a tip for London. Taxi one. Taxi drivers in general, so you know about them. To pass the knowledge, taxi drivers have to learn the names of every street within 6-mile radius of Charing Cross. That's a lot of learning. That's a lot of streets to know. That'd be quite handy though, because they can get home quicker and stuff, can't they? What have we got here? Okay, I'll spread this out. Crunched up. Oh yeah, old school. Who remembers Girls Aloud? Girls Aloud will get through 150 pairs of fishnet tights on the current 34-day tour. So random. And wacky. These are wacky facts, by the way. Some of them are serious and some of them are funny. So bear that in mind. Portsmouth and Tottenham both missed their 3 penalties this season, more than every other Premiership league. The average woman does 215 miles of ironing in a lifetime. How random. How random. Harrison Ford. You know, we know him as Indiana Jones. This is what I'm talking about. Indiana Jones wore the same trousers for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and did 19 years previously before the Last Crusade. Manchester United used 25 players on their way to winning the 2007-2008 Premiership title. Elephants drink 317 pints of water a day. London has 23 casinos. Might be more. There were 23 casinos back in 2008. There must be more now. Because I've got one in Stratford as well. Don't forget the one in Stratford. That's a new one. That came in 2012. I remember that. The oldest holder of an ASBO is an 88-year-old who has his TV turned up too loud. Well, that's loud. Wow. There are 196 million goats in China. It takes 400 hours to build a Bentley Image. Only 2,900 Lamborghinis DeGlablio roasters were ever made. That's all. The Great Beer Flood, as in the drink beer, alcohol. The Great Beer Flood of 1814, when a beer vat blew up, killing 9 Londoners. How random. So quite a few London facts here. Some gruesome, some nice, some not. Some nice, some not. But it's history and it's facts. Locusts combine into swarms to prevent other locusts from eating them. How random. They eat each other. There are only 2 Lancaster bombers left in the world. There are over 360 species of shark, but only 4 that have attacked humans unprovokedly. So you don't often get a shark attack. Any cool tips? Yes. There are good ones here. Watch out for parking fine cameras, painted black with no signs. There are 117 in London alone. So there's 117 fake cameras in London. That's a lot. The average UK homes contain £1,986 worth of jewellery. An average home. How random is that? Oh, I actually think. I wonder what homes they are. I didn't know that, yes. It's got PS. If you still got a PSP, a really old school PSP, here's a little tip. If you still got a PSP, via the settings screen, you can update your PSP to include games and radio stations. Okay, that was it. That was the tip. Any more here? Yes. The rubble of the old Wembley Stadium, not the new one, the old Wembley Stadium, was turned into hills at West London. It wasn't wasted. So you see the hills in West London where the new Wembley Stadium is. That's where the old Wembley Stadium is. So when you go there and you see the new stadium and you see hills, under that is the old rubble of the old stadium. Wow. That's if you wanted to know that. I think I'll do one more actually. Let's go straight to the tips. Oil lines or oil stains in chalk, it will absorb the spill. So if you spill some oil too much, just use chalk. It absorbs it up. Here's a cool tip if you've got jeans. A really awesome one actually. A really helpful one. Dry jeans faster by turning them inside out. That's it. That's the tip. How cool can you get? In America, the Goodyear blip on an airship is shot at about 20 times every year. Wow, I didn't know that. In 1818, it's a London fact, right? In 1818, 8 people drowned a tidal wave of beer when it exploded in London. Yes, we read that one at last. I don't know why they repeat these facts. There's a good though. It's got a date this time, 1818. A-L-I-B-I, as Abu, it means elsewhere in Italian. That's random. Paul, that's random. I was reading your comments, right? I'm actually going to read that because it's funny. When a fly hits your car windscreen, what's the last thing that goes through your mind? It's our song. It's funny. I do like that. It's quite funny. I like that. Bit of comedy. I do like that. It's so funny. I like that. Nice one. Actually, I'm going to pin you. I think that's quite funny. Yeah. Ready. So everyone can read. There we are. You're pinned. 1 in every 20 Icelanders claim to have seen an elf. Sounds like they exist. It sounds like they exist. Because it says 1 in 20. Think how many people live in Iceland, right? There's one. Let's ask Google. Hey Google, how many people live in Iceland?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Google, how many people live in Iceland?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Wait, set 2 off. Sorry about that. He doesn't know. He just doesn't know. Just work it out. For every 20 people in Iceland that's seen an elf, you can Google it yourself. How many people live in Iceland, and you can work it out, and you can calculate how many people have seen an elf. Interesting, because it's Christmassy time. The Earth tilts by 23.5 degrees on its axis. So we're tipped. We're not straight, we're tipped. I know we're travelling at 1,000 miles per hour, I know that. Bit like a ride. It takes 31.7 years to count for 1 billion seconds. Wow. I did not know that either. There are 1,750 amusement arcades in the UK. I don't know about now. That was 2008. I don't know about now. We've had new arcades come up. Some go, some come. I know London's biggest arcade. This is a cool one. London's biggest arcade is Gravity Max, and it's based in Stratford. And also, you got one arcade with a roller coaster, like a kiddie roller coaster, and that's based at Babylon Park, and that's based in Camden Town, if you want to get off. And also, Camden Road was originally called Camden Town. They changed it to Camden Road, and Camden Station changed its name to Camden Town. Yeah. Random that was. Most dogs run an average of 19 miles per hour. The Porsche 911 Turbo goes up to 40 to 60 miles per hour in 1 second. Albert Einstein never memorized his phone number. It's good, isn't it? He's a genius, but he didn't memorize his phone number. Maybe he didn't want it. Didn't want to know about it. A giraffe can kill a lion with one kick. When the Statue of Liberty was restored, its steel frame was covered with telephone, whatever that is. There are 264 known species of monkey. During the Salem witchcraft trials, 20 people were executed. Exactly 342 chests of tea were dumped aboard at the Boston Tea Party in 1773. The Anglo-Zanzibar War was over in less than 38 seconds, making it the world's shortest. MTV, originally going to be called TV1, and sadly it stopped this year, so there's no more MTV. That's quite sad, really. All the years we had MTV and it's disappeared. When a sumo wrestler retires, his tip knot, basically his hair, that's what they call it, is removed in a special ceremony. To qualify as a hill or a mound of earth, it must be more than 99% less than 1,000 feet high. The Warriors believed that God sneezed life into humans. Random. The number one cause of burglar alarms activation is UK is an owner error. I might have forgot their code sometimes. Trying to find cool facts. I'm trying to skip the boring ones. Artwork found in ancient Egyptian tombs portrays that most Egyptians as right-handed, but the enemies are left-handed. How random is that? The Egyptians are right-handed and the enemies are left-handed. That's cool. That's quite cool. That's cool. That's kind of cool. That's cool. The White House meals are cooked over a fireplace until 1850. That's cool. Andrew Flintoff holds a record for the most sixes for England. I might just squeeze in one more. Let's squeeze in one more. Okay, what we got? Okay. Actually, these ones are better. These ones are a lot better. These ones are more epic. A single king crab holds 6 pounds of meat. At this present rate of erosion, Niagara Falls will completely disappear in 22,800 years' time. And then there'd be non-existence. The Queen that we did have for England, she speaks fluent French. Did you know that? Both Elvis' parents, were extras in his film in 1957, and the film was called Love You. The Benny Hill show theme is actually called Yaxy Sax. there are 1.5 million earthquakes around the globe annually, including 100 each day in California. The letter T has the most entries in the dictionary. Ants, they stretch after resting. A London fact here. Charlie Chaplin and Mahatma Gandhi were photographed together in London in 1931. Only clocks made after 1687 have minute hands. Before that, they didn't have minute hands. So no one knows what a minute was. Despite its hump, a camel has a straight spine. The humps in a camel are actually fat. Just to let you know that one as well. The white half moon on your fingers. The white half moon under your fingernail is an air pocket. Pollen lasts forever. That's why hay fever is a headache. Queen Victoria carriage was the first vehicle used inflatable rubber tyres in 1846. In Idaho is the only state in the US that has never had a foreign flag flying over it. Both China and Russia are equivalents to the Tarzan legend. The first hot aeroplane meal was served on Pan Am flight in 1831. That'd be a cool thing to say when you're on a plane though. In 19th century England, attempted suicide was a crime punishment by death. So either way, they got it. At random. In Hungary, tables are traditionally set with salt and paprika. Animals that lay eggs don't have belly buttons. This is a cool fact. And that's a horrible person, but it's a cool fact. Hitler was a runner in World War I, a job with a life expectancy of just 3 days. The muscle used to smile is called the levator labial. It's a long word. Super aureus animacucu nasi. It's a long word. Excuse me, this letter. I can't get the words out, but it's cool. From the age of 20 in his death, Winston Churchill smoked an estimated 3,000 cigarettes. Here's a nice little tip. Use empty toilet rolls to store ambulance cords to neatly meet. Oh, you know you have like how do you explain it? You know you're charging something up, and you don't want the wire to go everywhere. Use toilet rolls, the empty ones. Trick: cue a squeaky floorboard by spraying talcum powder into the crevices along the edges. So if you hate that squeaky floorboard, if you've got it anywhere, just chuck some talcum powder down. It will go away. That's really helpful. Another tip: if your chili is too spicy, as in it's too spicy, yeah. This is really, really different to what I know. Slice a lemon in half, add it to the pot to simmer. The lemon will remove some of the heat from the chili powder. Wow. Fact: if you took every bristle from a 2-inch paintbrush and laid them end to end, they would stretch out over 1 mile. This is a funny one. As in a rude one, but funny one. porn star Ron Jeremy was an extra in Ghostbusters. That is mind-blowing. That's all it for now. I do that last one is just like, woo! You can tell people that. It's like, no, you're joking. And then you realise no, you're not joking. Oh, you're right. Oh, we'll do that some more next time. I don't know what day I'm going to do the next ones, but yeah, try to get rid of them all. But they're really cool facts. They're funny, aren't they? Some of them are wacky facts. Some are cool. Some are not cool. Until next time, anyway. I hope you've enjoyed this random fact thing. But if you do got any more facts yourself, pop it in the comments. And then I will read them on the next one. Yes, if you want me to. And I can give you a shout out at the same time. But I will be going through after I finish the live, I'll be going through your little comments to see what you put. And if they're sensible, I'll give you a shout out for the next one. Until next time.